Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you today? So, today's live show is all about three things that you need to have in place, or you should get in place, in order to have a profitable 2023. Okay, guys, let's get rolling with this. So before I get started, I do want to introduce myself in case you don't know me and you're new to the show. My name is Lisa Balthaser. I'm a business coach and consultant, and I work with female coaches, course creators, and online service providers over 40 who have plateaued and want to scale their business using a recurring revenue model and get into the six figures and beyond in 6 to 12 months. So, guys, today we are going to talk about what you need to have in place. Before I go any further, though, I do want to call your attention to I have a workshop coming up. And actually, this is part of what we're going to cover in the workshop, what I'm going over today. But we're going to be doing it in detail. Like today, it's not going to solve all the problems. But this workshop that I have available, Blueprint for Success, is to create, it's a 2023 business planning event, and it's to create your business and marketing plan for 2023. And the reason you want to do that is because when you have a plan, you are more likely to reach your goals. And when you know exactly what you need to do to reach your goals, it's a lot easier to get there. So that's why I do these planning sessions. And I usually one or two at the end of the year, sometimes the beginning of the following year, if you haven't gotten yours done yet. So this is coming up November 17th. The link is on my screen right now, and I will put it in the comments below when I'm finished recording the video. But it's so exciting. It's only $57 and it's 4 hours. It's pretty intense. I will tell you guys, it's pretty intense, but we are going through your numbers. We're going through your offers. We're going through everything that you need to be successful in 2023. Okay. You're going to walk away with a plan. You're going to know how you need to get there. And that's the important thing. So if you have not already checked out the Blueprint workshop, definitely do that. It is well worth the investment. It's worth probably at least $1,000. But right now it's only $57. So jump in while it's still $57. So what we're going to go over today are three things to have in place now for a profitable 2023. So let me take that off. And let me see here. So the first thing I want to talk about, and this isn't one of the three things, this is just me talking and letting you guys know what can't stay, but want to talk about. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you popping in. Even if you can't stay, you can always catch the replay. So one of the things that I want to drive home for you guys is to know your numbers. And this is a mistake that I made early on in my business where I didn't know my numbers. You have to know what your goal is for your revenue. And then you need to look at how you're going to get there once you have that goal set. So I hear a lot of people will say, oh, well, I want to reach six figures, or I want to make $100,000, or I want to do $10,000 a month. But do you know how you will get there? Okay. So hoping and planning are not the same thing. So if you're just saying that you want $10,000 a month, for instance, but you don't really have a plan to get there, or you don't know how that's going to be achievable, you're just throwing things out there and trying to reach that, you are more than likely not going to be able to reach that number. Okay, so that's part of what we're going to be covering in the business planning session coming up November 17th. Okay. That's why it's so super important to get that plan down. And I help you to organize your thoughts around it. And I help you to see how you're going to get to the revenue. And many times, people in this workshop will actually have to do some adjusting on their pricing or the products they offer because there's just no possible way to get to their goals. Okay. So that's why I do this workshop. It's very eye opening for many people. Okay. So, one of the things, so we're talking about three things to have in place. And like I said, these three things are things that I do actually talk about in the workshop, but we go into detail and we're going to work it out for you and your business. Okay. So, the first thing is your product or offer suite. What you need to know what you have to offer and how you serve your audience. Okay. So when you know how you're serving your audience and what offers you have, you know how many you need to sell in order to reach your goals. So you then know if your goals are realistic, if your pricing needs to be adjusted, and there's a lot of other variables in there that we talk about in the workshop. So, and here's the thing, guys. I always suggest that people be known for one offer. You promote one offer, you be known for that thing. Okay. And um, you can have other offers and you should have other offers. And this, like I said, we go through this whole thing in the workshop. But that one offer is your ticket to where you're going. Okay. Is it priced appropriately? I do have people that come to me and, they'll come to me with a program and they're charging, say, $500 for it. And their revenue goal is like $80,000 or $100,000. When you calculate out how many of those you need to sell to get there, it's just a wee bit unrealistic. Okay. So these are the things that we look at. We look at how you can change that in your product suite. So what you offer and how you serve your clients. Do you need to upgrade your program? Do you need, there's a lot of things to think about there. So you need to know what products and offers that you have and how you serve your clients in order to reach your revenue goals. Okay. So the next thing that you need to get in place right now, or you should have in place, you should know, is how you're getting people to buy your products. So how are you promoting it? So many times, especially if you have a high ticket offer, many times you will be launching, you will be maybe doing a live workshop, or you'll be doing like a master class, but you need to know what activities you are doing, how you are launching that product offering. Okay. And you need to know how many times per year you need to do that. And then you need to put it on your calendar. Okay. So, unless those things are in place, you really don't know how you're getting to your revenue goal. Okay. So, if you want to have a profitable 2023, there's key things that you need to have in place in order to get there. And I think you guys know this. It's just that as entrepreneurs, we're pulled in all kinds of directions, and we don't necessarily focus on the ones that we really need to nail down in order to get to our revenue goals. I know I've done this in the past. So it's not like we all don't do it. We do. Okay. But there are ways that you can get it on paper and get it done. And that is by having a business and marketing plan, which is why I hold this workshop every single year. It is vital to the existence of your business. Again, here is the URL to that workshop. If you want to check it out further, I will put it in the comments below. This workshop is so valuable, guys. I'm telling you, It will be worth your time investment to come here. It will be eye-opening for you. It will really allow you to see how you're going to reach your goals, okay? And why certain things need to be in place in order to reach them. Maybe you have some of those things in place, but maybe there's things that you're missing. And you will see that in the workshop. Okay. It's so important. So I hope you guys will consider showing up for the workshop. Like I said, it's only $57 right now. Unless it starts filling up, then I'm going to have to increase the price in order to slow down the sales. So right now it's at $57 and I plan on keeping it there as long as I possibly can. But you know, and oh, also I did have a question. There is a replay for this workshop. There absolutely is a replay for the workshop. But I mean, just know it's going to be a 4-hour workshop. It's very interactive. So if you show up, you're going to get more out of it than if you're watching the replay. But if you're watching the replay, if you just want to see the replay, you can't be there in person. That's great too, because you do have the opportunity to watch it at your own convenience and to actually do the steps as you're going a little bit slower than we do in the workshop. Because in the workshop, it's kind of like a crash course. But it's so valuable and you get the replay to go back through it again anyway. So really consider those things. So your launches, how you promote, how are you promoting? How are you getting people? Are you launches are super helpful. Okay. So if you haven't done a launch, whether it's a 5-day workshop, whether it's a live launch, a masterclass, drip marketing campaign, whatever it is how you choose to get people to where you want them to go, consider doing a launch. A launch, if you have not done a launch, and I know everybody markets, which is number 3, by the way. Everybody markets, but not everybody does launches. And a launch is super valuable. It provides a foundation for how you serve your clients. It allows them to see your expertise. It allows them to experience your expertise on a small scale. And it shows them your knowledge base. It also helps with the know, like, and trust, so that when you put the offer out there, they will want to work with you because you've already given them so much value. So a launch is super important. If you haven't done a launch, consider it. If you're not sure how to do a launch, absolutely contact me. I can help you with that. So number 3 is marketing. Okay. Number 3 is marketing. And this is not going to be a long live training today. We're hitting on the key components that you need in place to have a profitable 2023. These key components are super important. And a lot of people don't have these in place, believe it or not. I talk to many people and so many people don't have them in place. So number 1 is product or offer suite. Number 2 are launches. And number 3 is marketing. Okay. So you have your launches, put them on your calendar. How often are you launching? How many times per year or month or whatever it is? I don't suggest you do more than one a month, but hey, that's up to you. But your marketing has to cover several things. First of all, you need to truly understand your ideal client in order to market effectively to them. Well, you guys know that, okay? It doesn't always happen. And so this workshop is going to help you to get focused and be able to identify how you need to market to your ideal client. You're going to be marketing in several ways. You're going to be doing trust building posts. And that's all part of marketing. It's drawing those people to you that are your perfect client because they're resonating with what you're saying. Okay. So it's those trust building, the knowledge base, the little bit of teaching in there. So all of those draw people to you. You also have marketing to your launches. Okay. So what does that marketing look like? What are you talking about in your marketing that's going to draw your ideal client? Okay, so these are all things that go into your marketing plan. You also need to consider how you are taking on clients outside of your launches, because launching isn't the only way you should be taking in clients, okay? Because if it is, you're launch dependent, and then it'll depend on how many times you're able to launch in a year. So you should also have a plan in place, a marketing plan in place to attract the ideal clients to you that are not necessarily launch based. So maybe you're taking them directly one-on-one clients. Maybe your group program, you're able to put them in at any time. So it's really always open. Even when you're not launching, you're talking to people about it, even if you're not promoting it. What does that look like? Okay. So all of these things need to be written out for you so you have a plan in place. Okay. You need to have that plan in place in order to be effective, in order to stay on track, in order to know where you are. But then, not only that, you need to review and maybe readjust. Okay. So, those are all of the things that we do talk about in the workshop, and so much more. We actually sit down and calculate and crunch some numbers out. You actually figure out how many of each of your programs you need to sell, um, based on how many you want to sell. And maybe we look at your pricing, we look at your offers, we look at all of the things in this 4-hour workshop. Like I said, it is a crash course, but you do get the benefit of, if you show up live, you actually get to go through it a second time so that you are able to, just look at the things that we discussed, make it better. Okay. When you go through it the first time, it might be overwhelming. Okay. Creating a business and marketing plan for your business, it's not a simple thing. And it is a lot. It absolutely is a lot. But when you're doing it, when you have the help of myself and the other people in the group, okay, you're getting feedback on things, it's so much easier. So that's why one of the reasons I do these workshops each year. It's really helpful to the people that show up. I've had so many people have success building out their business plan through the program. Now, here's the thing. You may be saying, yeah, but what if I don't know what I'm going to be offering? Or what if I'm creating a new program that I don't have in existence yet? We talk about those things. Okay. So you may not have a way to get to your goal as of right now, but we're going to talk about that and how to figure that out and calculate it. We're also going to talk about what happens if you're not reaching your goals. Like, say 6 months in and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not even close. We're going to talk about that too. Okay. All of these things are important in planning your business for the year, creating an effective business and marketing plan that's going to help you to be profitable and have money in your bank account at the end of the year. Okay. So that is what we go over. Excuse me 1 second. And notice the mug. This is subliminal marketing. Okay. It's telling you to do something. I use this mug for a reason. I love this mug because it's really message. It's really marketing. It's really asking you to take action. So anyway, guys, I thought I'd just point that out because I absolutely love this mug for that reason. So we are going to go through all of that in the workshop. I hope you guys will join me. I hope this was helpful today. This gives you a little bit of a foundation. It's not giving you all the pieces, for sure, but it's giving you a little bit of a foundation by which to work. If you're not able to make the workshop, if you are, that is fantastic because you will get a lot out of it. It is worth far more than what I'm charging for it. I could easily charge $1,000. You walk away with a solid plan for the year. And it's actually written. I give you a workbook. We work through some numbers. We work through your products. We work through like how you're going to reach it. We work through all of that. And if you use that as a foundation for your business for the year, you will know how you're going to make your goals. You're going to know how to get there. So you're walking away with that plan. You're also walking away. We have a calendar. I have a calendar worked out in there where we're going to go through. We're going to like map out what you're doing each and every month, how you're promoting it, what's going on, what are you talking about. We're going to map that out. Okay. So helpful. You guys, if you have that in place, you'll be able to use it time and time again for years coming. So I highly suggest that you do sign up for the workshop if you have not done so already. And again, this is the link. It's lisabalthaser.store/blueprint-workshop. And only $57. So much value. You'll get so much out of it. I promise you that, especially if you show up in person. But even if you can't, and you go through it piece by piece, you do the work actually through the workbook, you're still going to walk away with that marketing plan. It's just better if you're there because you can ask questions, you can get feedback and things like that. So that is what I have for you guys today. I knew this wasn't going to be that long of a live show. Like sometimes they are, but I really wanted to bring this to you and touch on the 3 components that are super important to have in place to be profitable, to run a profitable business. And I hope you'll join us in the workshop. And until then, share this out. Tag somebody if you know somebody that needs a business plan or is looking for a business plan. This is a great workshop to get into because it is only $57 right now. So tag somebody, invite a friend, join us. I hope to see you there because there's so much value and I can't wait to share it. I love this workshop. So that is what I have for you guys today. You guys have a fantastic day and I'll see you in the workshop.